This is the black tape recordings of the flashlight review gone wrong. In what begins as a simple product review, a YouTuber known for his channel exploring abandoned mines and unusual places ventures into an old mine to test a handheld flashlight. As he walks through the crumbling tunnels, he discusses the flashlight's features and demonstrates each brightness level. But then, something strange happens.
Okay, this is a review and demonstration of the ThruNite TN12 handheld flashlight that you see here. Okay, that's the portal to the Waldeck mine. I'm inside. The wind has kind of died down a little bit and it's not raining, so I managed to stay dry. Of course, I'm inside this little alcove kind of, but anyway, you come down this little incline path and then big boulders here you have to climb over, and then the tunnel's right behind me this way. So let's check it out. Let's get in here. And like I said, this light has 5 levels. I believe it's on medium right now, which is level 3. So this would be high, and this would be turbo, which is really bright. And then this is Firefly, which is hardly anything. And then that would be low, and then medium. Medium seems to be the best one. Not too bright, not too dim. And then you can see how big these timbers are. That's about almost a foot in diameter, the big cross timbers. So they had to put big ones in here to hold up all of this rock. And you can see right here where some of these boards are bending.
At first, he hears what he believes to be wind echoing through the mine. But as the sound grows clearer, it starts to resemble something far more unsettling. Whispers. Faint, distorted, and almost human. He pauses. The sound stops, then starts again.
Do you hear that? Sounds like, what, is that wind? I don't know if you can hear that on the camera. Do you hear that? It stopped. Well, I don't know what that is. That doesn't sound like wind, but that's crazy. Don't know if that's a bird or I don't know what that is. It almost sounds like snakes, but wow. I've heard some weird stuff in mines, but that is definitely creepy. I don't know what that is. So let's get out of here and head back out to the portal.
Viewers later analyze the audio and many agree. It doesn't sound like wind at all. The explorer becomes visibly shaken and decides to leave the mine. I've heard some weird stuff in mines, he says, but that was creepy.
Wow. I've heard some weird stuff in mines, but that is definitely creepy. I don't know what that is. So let's get out of here and head back out to the portal. Do you hear that? It stopped. Well, I don't know what that is. That doesn't sound like wind, but that's crazy. Don't know if that's a bird or I don't know what that is. It almost sounds like snakes, but
Clem Schultz and his wife lived a quiet life in Fairdale, Illinois. That changed on one of the most destructive days in the town's history, a day marked by a massive EF4 tornado. As the sky darkened, Clem went upstairs with his phone to film the approaching storm. He believed the tornado would pass them by, but it didn't. The footage he captured is harrowing. As the twister gets closer, the roar intensifies. Then, The screen goes dark. Clem miraculously survived, though he suffered a spinal injury. His wife, tragically, did not. Days later, rescuers found the phone buried in the wreckage. The video survived. What it recorded was the final moments before their home was completely destroyed. In one chilling video, a man enters the catacombs alone, filming his journey. At first, the footage is calm. He stops to examine walls of human skulls and strange markings. But then, something changes. His breathing grows heavier. He starts to panic. He runs.
It's very bizarre. These arrows point in a direction. Occasionally also, he stops to photograph roomfuls of bones, which means that he's very, very deep inside the catacombs. So basically, he's filming what he's seeing very deep inside the catacombs, other than the point of view shots or pictures of human bones. The catacombs for centuries. So it is possible with these paintings that we may be able to retrace an itinerary to some extent.
The footage becomes chaotic, showing only quick glimpses of bones and endless corridors as the man sprints deeper into the tunnels. His breathing gets louder. He turns corners, stops, turns again. He's clearly lost and terrified. Then, the video cuts out.
After about 4, we hear his breathing get louder and louder, as though something was scaring him. He's frightened, he's frightened. Occasionally he stops, perhaps to try to decide which way to run among all the many different corridors. He's running faster and faster and faster, deeper and deeper into the catacombs. And all of a sudden, we hear his breathing get louder and louder, as though something was scaring him. He's frightened, he's frightened. Occasionally he stops, perhaps to try to decide which way to run among all the many different corridors. He's running faster and faster and faster, deeper and deeper into the catacombs. And all of a sudden,
the man was never found. Only the camera was recovered. To this day, no one knows what happened to him or what he saw in the darkness beneath Paris.